Hey, it's Mike with PriceActionTradingSystem.com, and I'm going to show you three quick trades here from three separate traders. These are all students, all trading our strategy, and all of them sent me these trades. I'm going to show this one first. This one was from Friday, I believe. One day last week, anyway. He sent me a couple of trades. One of the other ones I posted was this same trader, but you can see here that what he's trading is a lower high off a range. We had this range, we failed and had a measured move down. We came back and we turned down, and there's a new low there. So you get a first entry and then a second entry. When it broke right below there's a second entry short, but it's also a lower high off the high of the range. And what happened was this broke higher and turned down. So when it broke lower right here, that's a second entry short, which is that's what he's trading. But what he did, rather than take the entry there, he waited for it to trigger and he dropped his limit order back here and got a little better entry, basically is what he's done here. And the last trade I showed of you of his, he did the same thing. Generally, I like to enter on a stop, just a sell stop one tick below the signal bar, which would be right here. If you're trading, or actually this would be the signal bar, you'd have to wait for it to close and then put your stop. And it'd be a really big bar. So he probably, in hindsight, he traded this probably the best way you could have, because you may not have got in this trade otherwise unless you wanted to go short right into the EMA. So it was a really good trade, but I'm going to let it play out. I'm not going to spend a lot of time talking about it. I just wanted to set it up and show you what he's doing here. And now we'll watch the trade. And he's scalping out totally here. You can see he placed his order. He dropped the limit order in there. It triggered. He put his safety stop one tick above the signal bar, and he's going to scalp out with 4 ticks here, basically. And it takes it a minute to move on here, but as you would expect, this trade moves on lower here. Turns out to be a nice trade. No runners on this. He's just scalping out in full. So I think both of the other two I'm going to show you, there's runners on those. But again, you can clearly see there's a lower high off the range high here. This is a lower high. But more than that, it's a first entry, and then it went higher again in a second entry. And there we are. Prices are bouncing off his exit order, and there he's out of the trade. Quick point, very nice trade on 20 contracts. That's a really nice trade by this trader. So quick, easy $1,000. Very nice trade. Let's get the next one. Okay, we got a couple of more trades here. This is going to be a second entry long. Let's get this one rolling. You can see it triggered so quick there that he couldn't get his order in there. I mean, that was really quick. And that happens sometimes. And he drops a limit order in there. And he gets filled on his. Just as he was about to cancel it, it goes ahead and fills. It looks like he's got his 1 point scalp, and he's also got a runner. He's out of his scalp there, and now it's heading up for his. He's going to get 2 points out of his runner if he's filled on that one. And there you go. That was a quick 3 points this trader made. Very nice trade. I think he's got another one on here too. We don't have to see him mark that. We already know where the second entry was. You can see that you got a new high. First entry when it broke higher there, second entry. And now he's shooting for another. You got another new high, first entry, and so if it turns up, you're going to get a second entry long here. And there you go. If it breaks higher, you got a second entry. He's got his order in place. There it went. Bouncing off his exit. He's out of his first scout portion. He's got a runner here at a second point, so this will be another 3-point trade if he gets filled on this runner. He's moved his stop to break even +1, but doesn't matter. He got his runner there at 2 points, so 2 great trades right there. I don't think he's got another trade in here. Nope. Quick 2-second. These are your bread and butter trades. This is what I really recommend for especially newer traders. Don't get me wrong; those failures are very powerful trades. But for our newer traders, we need to stick to the basics and the second entries and so forth. I think you're better off there. So anyway, nice trades here. Okay, this next trade is going to be a very similar trade, except this is a failed second entry long. And you can see there's a downtrend working here, and prices have come back to the trend line. They turned down, and now they're making a second attempt to go lower on this big bearish bar. And then they actually try to go higher one more time, and if it turns back down and goes lower, then that's a failed second entry long, and 3 tries to go higher that fail. Normally I'd like to see this set up underneath the EMA, although if it closes underneath or he enters underneath, it's probably close enough to being good enough, but my preference would be that this was setting up under the EMA. But with the trend line being right here and this being a solid downtrend, and 3 attempts to go higher, I still like this trade. So let's watch it play out. You can see he's placing his order there where it would be a failure at this point. And it wouldn't be a failure until it broke below this bar right here. I think this bar closes before it goes lower and he ends up, I believe that's right. Maybe it just goes on lower here. Oh, there it was. And so he's in the trade, already scalped out. He's got a runner going here. He's in from 53 and a quarter, 41.53 and a quarter. Personally, if it was me, I would probably exit right here where the support is. It looks like it's going to go on lower, but I believe he ends up getting 6 points off this runner. So I believe he got, can't remember how many he started with. I think he started with 3. We'll have to go back and look. But for time reasons, I'll just kind of speed on through here. You can see he's tightened his stop down here. It's moving on lower. I believe it bounces right here though. I actually remember this price action from Friday, I believe this was. But you can see it's going to bounce here. Oops. I don't know what that is right there. Maybe he's got 2 trades in there. I was thinking it was just 1. But anyway, it stops him out right there. That's the end of that trade. But very nice trade with a 6-point runner. So see, he puts that up here, 6 points. So nice trade. Anyway, let's move on to the next one. Okay, this trade is from today, which I'm actually filming this on Monday, the 17th. And again, this is another failed second entry long. Very nice setup. You can see the new high. It tries to go higher once and then twice. And this is the way you like to see it set up underneath the EMA if you're going short, if you're going long on a failure above the EMA. So this one sets up rather nicely. You can see his order sitting there. Actually, what he did was he let this one break lower first, and he actually dropped in a limit order too. So I'll start it to playing, and we'll let this play out. There, it triggered his order. It's bouncing off his exit order on his scalp now. And there he's out. He's moved to BE. Looks like BE plus. Maybe that's just break even. I can't tell if he's break even plus one or not there. Looks like break even plus one. And he's looking to exit down here near the last support area, which is what I would recommend as well. That's basically a 6-point runner as well here if this one works out. And this is another different trader than the other two as well. So these are all three different traders. He's got a nice little channel working down here too. So he's got the trend line at his back, which hopefully will help him survive this one. I'm just going to kind of move this one ahead for, you can see it moving on down. He's tightened his stop again above that next bar. I believe he reaches his target on this one. There you go. He's filled, and that was a 6-point runner there. So two very nice trades in a row. And again, that's the place I'd look to exit right at that support. This trade looks very similar to the previous one, except his was slightly above the EMA, I believe, when he entered, and this one's below. This is the way I'd prefer to see it, actually, right here. But all three great trades, just as we teach them. A couple of these, they used a limit order. Sometimes you can, that's the way to go. The reason I don't recommend always using the limit order, though, is because you will miss some of the best trades, the ones that take off really fast, and they don't come back. And those are the best ones. And if you use a limit order all the time, you're going to miss those trades because you'll be sitting there with your limit order waiting to get filled, and it will not come back. But anyway, three very nice trades there. I mean, the whole video is not any more than 11 minutes. Where else can you make 6 or 8 points in 2 or 3 minutes? It's just, you get the best of both worlds with this strategy. That's my opinion. It takes honing the skills to do it, but it can be done. But for those of you that like to see the live trades, there's you three. And these are not me. These are students showing you that other people can see these as well, not just me. So they're there every day for the picking. I do want to add this to it, though. A lot of you newer traders will be very tempted to trade these failures. Stay away from them for now. Wait till you clearly understand the basics and just basic second entries. And when you do, these will become almost automatic for you. But until then, they're a little more advanced. You need to be a little better chart reader. These two guys are obviously been around a while, and they're pretty much they're well advanced in their trading. So these trades make sense for them, but they don't make sense for everybody. So I'll get 100 emails on tomorrow, over the next few days, of people trying this and they're not failing, them saying, why did this failed second entry fail? And if you take a failed second entry and it fails, and it wasn't a failed second entry, you got trapped and fooled, and that's really all it amounts to. So please, I will throw that in there. Don't send me a bunch of emails asking me why failed second entries failed. If you take them and they fail, you read it wrong, and they weren't really a failure. And so there's no sense of wasting your time or my time. Make sure you know what you're doing before you trade these is really the bottom line. So, I just want to, you've been forewarned. These are an advanced trade. Stick to the second entries like the first trade I showed you, and you'll be better off if you're a new trader. All right, hope y'all enjoyed these. This is Mac with PriceActionTradingSystem.com, and we'll see you next time.